Hi everyone, welcome back to Country in the City. My name is Sherry, and if you haven't been here previously, welcome, and if you're a new subscriber, welcome. And today I am bringing you a little 2018 Christmas home decor tag. This tag was created by Keri over at Keri's Corner in co-hosted by Holly at Living at Country. And I was tagged by Susan over at Susan's Cozy Condo Life. And so thank you very much, Susan, for thinking of me. There's, let's see, 15 questions or 14 questions, 15 questions here. And I guess I will get started. Thank you all for stopping by today, and here we go. Let's see, question number 1 is, when do you start decorating for Christmas? Well, this year I started decorating the first week of November. So that is a few weeks earlier. Usually sometime in November I will bring out my Christmas decor and start decorating like different vignettes around my house and my hutch and things like that. The Christmas trees never used to go up until like the weekend of Thanksgiving, that following weekend. So I did it a little early this year, but that's all right. We are enjoying our Christmas trees. Number 2, what style do you decorate your home for the holiday? Well, my home is a country primitive, it's country primitive mainly. I have a lot of vintage stuff thrown in and a lot of hand-me-downs from my mother, grandmother, and great-grandmother. And my mother-in-law likes to buy me stuff and make me stuff. So it's just a very eclectic mix, but I prefer the country primitive look. Let's see, number 3, my favorite family Christmas tradition. Well, hands down, well, there's 2. My favorite one outside of the house would be, there's really 3. I have 3. And they have kind of evolved over the years as my kids get older. My favorite one has always been going to get a live Christmas tree or cut down our own real Christmas tree with my kids. It started out, you know, my husband and I, we would do the carrying and the kids would pretend to help. Then it got to where if you don't know, I have 4 children. My daughter is the oldest, and then we have 3 sons. So it would get to where the older sons would cut and carry the tree out. It's a little bit harder. My daughter is now married and living out of the house. My oldest son is away at college in another city. And I have my middle son. He is an adult, but he still lives in the home. And then my youngest child, our youngest child, is he'll be 16 next week. So he still lives in the home, obviously. But I guess I would have to say that probably my next favorite tradition outside of the house, going outside of the house, would be we like to do a family holiday movie where all of the family gets together and we go to a holiday movie. Again, it's a little hard this year. We're going to have to wait probably till Christmas, either the day before or Christmas or the day after Christmas to go do that because my son is away at college and he won't be home probably till right around Christmas. Then my favorite Christmas tradition in the house is every Christmas morning, my husband has went and bought previously cinnamon rolls. Sorry, I couldn't think of the name of them. Cinnamon rolls. And my favorite, I've also made them from scratch, but usually I have so much cooking and baking to do that it's something my husband took on. It was kind of his baby. He would go and buy cinnamon rolls, and we would have cinnamon rolls and chocolate milk for breakfast on Christmas morning. And that's just always been our tradition. Sometimes I'll put together a Christmas morning casserole, like eggs and sausage or bacon or something like that. Sometimes we do waffles, or, you know, it just, whatever we can fit in with whatever food is going on in the house and already in the oven, or, you know, whatever. So, but my favorite is always that, you know, knowing that my husband has always bought the cinnamon rolls and had chocolate milk, and the kids were always happy. My kids love milk. So it's just, you know, chocolate milk is dear to their hearts. So let's see, that would be my favorite Christmas tradition, probably currently, that still happens every holiday. Let's see. Number 4, my favorite place to buy Christmas decor. Well, I have a few. I would have to say I love vintage, but it's very hard to find in upstate New York, vintage Christmas decor. And if you do find it, it's extremely expensive. So if I have to go buy Christmas decor, my favorite place to buy it would be Hobby Lobby, hands down. I don't buy anything full price, so Hobby Lobby always has sales, always has coupons. And so that would be, I would have to go to Hobby Lobby. And they have such a variety of style, so I can always find something there in my style. Number 5, favorite Christmas movie. Okay. Now, people think I'm weird. I'm not. My favorite Christmas movie, it's not, I don't think it's a traditional Christmas movie, because at the beginning of the movie, it starts out like in the, I think it's early fall, late summer, early fall. The movie is called Funny Farm, and and the star of it is Chevy Chase. So that is my favorite. It's called Funny Farm. If you haven't seen it, it is hilarious. I mean, I'm not a big fan of a lot of the other movies Chevy Chase did, like the Christmas movies he did. I'm not a big fan of those. My family loves them. But I love this movie. I love it so much. My husband went and bought me the DVD so that I would always have it, because it was like 82 or 81, I think the movie was made. And so it's very rarely on TV anymore, and you can't really buy it on Netflix or any of those things. But if you can find it, watch it. It is hilarious. I'll just give you a little preface of it. If you haven't ever seen it, go find the movie and watch it. It's set in a New England town. They move from the big city to a New England town, and they end up going through a rebirth, so to speak. But it ends up in a New England, kind of like New York Post or Norman Rockwell Christmas. So it's hilarious. And it's a sweet movie all in one. So go find the movie and watch the movie. It is great. You will love it. And if you do, make sure you come on one of my videos and let me know how you like the movie, because I love it. As a matter of fact, now that I'm talking about it, I gotta go find the DVD and watch it. Again, I love it that much. Let's see. Number 6, eggnog, hot cocoa, or apple cider. Okay. I'm not a big eggnog fan. My boys love it. My daughter likes it. My husband likes it. They like vanilla eggnog. My husband likes eggnog. I'm not a fan. I don't think it's the texture of it. I just don't like it. Hot cocoa or apple cider. I can't say I like them both just as much. But if I had to choose one for the holiday season, probably hot cocoa. Lots of marshmallows, lots of whipped cream, and sprinkles on top. Of course. Number 7, do you leave chocolate chip or sugar cookies for Santa? Well, my kids are older now, but when they were younger, they left sugar cookies because that's what we made together. So sugar cookies it was, and they always got eaten. They were always gone, and pardon me. And yeah, that's just how it was. Number 8, artificial or real tree? Both. We do an artificial tree, usually a few. I have a big 9-foot, I have a small one. And then hopefully if my son gets to come home before Christmas, we usually go get a small, like maybe 5-foot real tree and put it in the largest window in the house, which is in my dining room. We put it in that corner by my hutch where there's currently a chair. We move the chair and put the Christmas tree there, and that's the tree where all the presents go underneath. And that's just how it is. In this house, at least, that's how it's been. Number 9, favorite holiday dessert to make. Okay, my favorite holiday dessert to make would hands down be my Danish kringle. It takes a while to make it. We all love it. It can be made in many different flavors. And that's just how it is. It's a Scandinavian Danish dessert, kind of similar to a pastry, like a coffee cake type of thing. The largest maker and manufacturer of it is O&H Bakery in Racine, Wisconsin. And that's where I learned how to make it, was when my family and I lived as a teenager. We lived in Wisconsin, and that in Racine, Wisconsin, and that's where I learned how to make it. A woman there knew how to make it, and she taught my mother and I how to make it. So we make it, and you can do cream cheese filling, you can do nut fillings, you can do fruit fillings, and we like fruit fillings. We like cherry, lemon, blueberry, apple. We've done peach. I think we've even done apricot, and that's how we like it. It's very good. Let's see. My favorite type of Christmas cookie. Let me see. My favorite type of Christmas cookie would probably be a really good, and I have a really good sugar cookie recipe. They're cut out sugar cookies. And that's probably, I'm more along like a butter cookie, or I love butter cookies or shortbread cookies. They're my favorite. And this sugar cookie recipe, the dough is very similar to a shortbread or a butter cookie. It's very soft and it's very rich. And I love it. It's my favorite. Sorry, if you hear my dogs, the large doorway is blocked off and they're wanting to come in because they hear me talking. There's a gate up across. Okay, so my favorite type of Christmas cookie would probably have to be the sugar cookie, my recipe of a sugar cookie, and my second would have to be a snickerdoodle, hands down. Do you or my family open any gifts on Christmas Eve? Not anymore. As the kids have gotten older, we have tried to wean them away from the commercialism and the constant barrage of, a large number of gifts. Even when they were little, we personally didn't buy them a large number of gifts. We tried to teach them about the meaning of Christmas, and it was giving, and you gave to others, and you gave in service, and you gave needs to other people, things that they needed, rather than just, chalk your bedroom full of tchotchkes and just junk that 2 months later would be thrown in the trash. We tried to teach them that type of lesson, I guess. And we tried to teach them that Christmas is about giving, as God gave his only son, Jesus, to us in the form of human flesh, Jesus. So that's what we've always done. And of course, we gave our children gifts. We absolutely did. We would do the whole routine of reading the Christmas story out of the book of Luke on Christmas Eve and reading the night before Christmas. We still do all of those traditional things. We still do it. we get together on Christmas Eve, we go to church, we come back to either my daughter's house or my house, and we have food together, and we read those stories together as a family. Our, motto is the family that prays together stays together. And so we still do those things. It's been a little hard the last few years. Christmas is just a hard time for me in general, for our family in general. I don't know if I can say this without crying, but a lot of family members have passed away right around Christmas. And so Christmas is very hard for us, but we get through it, and we get through it hopefully with grace. Christmas brings back not only good memories, but it brings back very, hard those longings and those, missed things, they all come flooding back at Christmas time. So a lot of prayers happen in this house around Christmas, so that we all keep our composure and our joy, if you would. So, no, we don't currently open gifts on Christmas Eve. We enjoy one another's company, and we reflect on the reason for this season. And my daughter, I think last year we missed doing the Christmas story with her, and reading those things. We went to church with her, and then I think she had something else to do. And so we came home to our house here, and we did it. But she reminded me, Mom, we have to do that again this year. We have to do that again. So that'll be picked up again. As a matter of fact, I have to go locate my Night Before Christmas book, because that's something we want to, as a husband and wife, my husband and I, we want to continue to do that, not only for our children, but in the future, now that our children are becoming adults and are adults, they'll be getting married, and we want to continue that tradition for our future grandchildren also. Okay, number 12. Do you decorate your tree yourself? I try to. This 9-foot tree was a real challenge for me this year. I decorated all of it. But I'll tell you what I did. I took the top section down because I can't climb. So I took the top section down, and I decorated it and put it up, and then just tucked the ribbons in where I continued them down around the tree, because they go at an angle around the tree, like in a spiral. So, yeah, it was a challenge for me. I shouldn't be climbing. I really can't do it very effectively. Even on one step up on a footstool, I just shouldn't do it. So I don't, pardon me. The little trees are fine. I do get help, like my son helped me. My youngest son, he's the one who put the large section, the top section up on the large tree. Now the real tree, we will all decorate it, because that has like all of my kids' handmade ornaments on it. And then I just put, like I have multicolored or many colors of just glitter snowflakes that go on with those ornaments. It's kind of very whimsical, that tree. And so that's how that one goes. It's mainly handmade ornaments, and hopefully someday when I have grandchildren, their handmade ornaments will go right on there with their parents. That would be wonderful. That's my dream. And number 13, where do you spend Christmas Day? We spend Christmas Day at home. Like I said, Christmas Eve, we go to church, and then we either come back here to our home, or we go to my daughter's house. But I'm trying to think, have we ever went to my daughter's house? I know we went there for holidays. I just can't remember if it's been for Christmas Eve, but yeah, we spend it together in one of the houses. Yeah. I don't have a big family left anymore. My father and my mother, my grandparents on both sides, and one of my brothers they're all deceased. And I have a brother that lives in Montana and a brother that lives down south. And I have a brother that lives about 30 to 40 minutes from me here. He has a big family, and so we see each other around the holidays, but we haven't, sometimes like they'll come over for dessert on Christmas Day or something like that. But, they have a big family and they have grandchildren, so they have all they can. And he's older. He's 11 years older than me, so they spend a lot of their time with their grandchildren and that. So, yeah. So, it's just my husband and I and our 4 children. His mother is still living, and he has a sister, but I don't know if we'll see his mother at some point. Probably at some point this month. I don't know what plans he's made to get together with her, so we will see her. Let's see. Favorite Christmas smell. Oof, that's hard. My favorite Christmas smell would probably have to be, I love a really spicy smell with like balsam thrown in there, like a pine or a balsam or a fir smell thrown in. But I love that really primitive smell of like cloves and nutmeg and cinnamon together, and then with a hint of a really clean like balsam smell as an undertone that makes it linger through the house. Honestly, I have a hard time smelling. I have a disease called Sjogren's syndrome, and it affects my ability to smell because I don't have a lot of, when you smell, from what the doctor said, in order to smell, you have to have like your natural fluids in your nose that helps you smell, just like you have, in order to taste, you have to have natural saliva in your mouth. Sjogren's syndrome takes away that ability. So to have those natural fluids. And so it's really, I mean, I can smell like whiffs of scent. So candles are very tricky. It has to be an extremely strongly scented candle, and I have to be like close by it in order to smell it. But that is my favorite scent. I have always loved the scent of cinnamon and like a really strong pine scent. Like, not like cleaning, like pine sol, but like Yankee Candle has a candle, and I don't know if they still carry it. It was called Balsam and Fir. And I always love that. And I used to burn that and their cinnamon stick candle together at the same time. And I love that. And then there was a company in Kentucky, and it was called Small Beginnings. They're no longer in business. It was the Small Beginnings Candle Company. And they had a candle. It was called Kentucky Christmas. And that's all it was. It was cinnamon and spices with pine and a hint of vanilla. And oh my goodness, that was my favorite candle. And there was a shop here in New York where I live that carried them. And before she closed, I went and bought every candle she had in that scent. But they've all been burnt, so I don't have any more. But that was my favorite candle. All right, and let's see. Number 15 is for me to tag somebody. Let me see. I think I would like to tag. Who would I like to tag? I think I would like to tag Liz over at Traditions by the Season. I don't know if you've done this, Liz, but I am a huge fan of yours. I love the way you decorate. I love your energy. You have every bit of energy I want to have. And I love that you also have 4 children. And I just love everything about you. I just adore your channel. And every time there's a video, I click on it and watch it. And you're probably sick of seeing my comments, but Liz over at Traditions by the Season, if you would do this Christmas tag, I would appreciate it if you can. That's all, everyone, and I hope you've enjoyed this. And sorry that it's 25 plus minutes, but I wish you all a Merry Christmas. Bye.